course, we're back for segment 3 because Tom and I don't know how to quit on a THC. That's not see. Unlike certain teams.
I mean, damn, dude, your gummy's barely kicked in.
Oh, it's kicking in.
Is it starting?
Oh, wait till you see the segment.
Okay.
Oh, it's there.
He's there.
I have birthday money I haven't spent, and Cheech and Chong have a new product out of America. Cheech and Chong. Just start with that. It's gummies, Tom. It's wonderful.
Dude, you need to spend it on those seltzers.
We can't find them.
On the line you can. Or Lawton sent the link.
What I'm buying is going to last 6 months.
That's true.
6 months. Because it's our supply.
Yeah, but I'm not doing gummies anymore.
That's not true. He'll do it again.
Maybe one day.
One day. He will. He will. They're too much fun.
So I wake up depressed sometimes after it.
You do?
Yeah.
I never get depressed.
Yeah, it's like it drains all my good stuff.
Strange. Anyway, we're back.
Drug counseling.
See, the gummy had kicked in. I didn't disagree. That is the redoubtable one, the highly questionable one. It is segment 3. That dickhead is a donkey, and the Lofi Award.
DID.
The weekly Lofi.
So we have IDD, and then we have DID.
Yeah, we do. This is the DID on IDD.
The did on id.
That's right. This is id finalizing the did. Yeah, he mentioned it off air, and we have to talk about it because honestly, you can't. When someone says or uses a word like deal, okay, deal usually means it's done. In fact, they usually say done deal. Okay, it's because you don't put done deal if the deal ain't done. Okay, and when someone goes in front of a camera, every camera might add, and says, yeah, there's a deal in place, we're going to finalize it in the coming weeks. Weeks? If you have a deal, it's already finalized. Otherwise, it's not a deal. It's still negotiating.
This is like the deal for Bill Belichick to join the Jets as head coach.
Yeah, it's not a deal until the guy is sitting there on the podium with a Jets hat on, or, in this case, said donkey is fucking holding the signature of the document that was signed, which seals the deal.
Said dickhead or said donkey?
Said donkey. Said dickhead and donkey. Well, that dickhead is a donkey. The bottom line is this. I mean, Donald Trump is the reason this award got invented. And this is the thing. He sits there and then, ESPN's going, so we have a deal in place. And they put just one other human being on there. So we're like, this isn't a deal. This sounds like they're negotiating and they're getting closer to a deal, but there's no deal yet. But Donald comes out because Donald deals in half-truths. Is this even in the half-truth? The coming weeks?
Does he deal in half-truths?
See, if you have a couple of things to iron out, that might take a day.
A weekend.
Maybe, a weekend.
By Monday.
But in the coming weeks, how close to we are a deal here? What does that mean, the coming weeks?
I'm trying to find...
Like a few weeks would imply 2. What does the coming weeks mean, Tom? Is there an end to that?
6 weeks?
What is the
12 weeks?
What does the coming weeks mean?
Well,
I'm curious. I mean, I passed English class. I know what a deal is, and this doesn't sound like a deal. I don't know. Call me crazy.
In the coming months, in the coming decades.
I mean, what does that mean?
Who is this deal supposedly with?
Great Britain, who, by the way, is a tariff surplus. So talk about low-hanging fruit. This isn't even news. Like we're benefiting.
Dude, I'm so tired of this bullshit where he's talking about, we're in a trade deficit. And then
the first deal he strikes is...
But my thing is okay.
Which he hasn't...
So a trade deficit means we buy more shit from them than they buy from us.
Yeah, we import more than we export.
Well, okay, we like their shit better than they like our shit. Or their shit's cheaper than our shit. They can't afford to buy our shit. They don't need our shit. What?
It's probably 2 of the 3 are
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not this conspiracy. Look, China has cheap shit. We buy a bunch of cheap shit from China. They don't buy our expensive shit. Japan, they have great cars. We buy their cars. They don't buy Fords because Ford's not as good as Toyota.
Or Honda.
Or fucking Lexus or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's not a conspiracy.
We still can't make a car worth the fuck if it ain't unless it's a sports car.
Yeah.
Sports cars are the only we make.
Right,
good
we can
at.
make a power car.
4x4s. We trucks. We're good with trucks. Anything else? Think about the two extremes here. Okay, it's either a 4x4 or it's a thing that can go 180 miles an hour. And everything in between?
Yeah.
No.
Shit you need for daily life.
No.
You can get 20 years out of a fucking
Doesn't have
Honda.
four-wheel drive, a 400 horsepower ain't worth dick.
Dude, and even those cars, we import half the shit from Canada and Mexico and
American cars aren't just made.
right. You get pieces from different
So,
countries.
Let's get
I don't-
this
I
straight.
don't
The
know.
first two countries you went after were our two biggest trade partners.
Yeah, because there's a deficit.
The first deal that he has allegedly signed, but it's not signed yet, is with one of the countries that we have a surplus from. Like, are you reading? See this thing? Like, this is what when I say we're the dumbest country in the world. Only an idiot would think this was good news. to me.
Right.
It was a lie. It was a lie. He had to say something, and he knows how dumb his base is. So if he says deal, you're all gonna believe it. But a deal doesn't mean we're how many weeks? Because again, that's the thing about Donald Trump. He puts a word on it, but it's open-ended.
Yeah.
So this is how he holds himself, how he avoids accountability. I said weeks. I didn't say how many weeks. Because that's what he's going to say. If it happens 3 months from now,
So
I said weeks, guys. Weeks.
right, it was 12 weeks.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say this. I said weeks.
It's just so crazy that he can tell everybody there's an issue that no one's ever talked about before, right? Have you ever heard about a trade deficit before Donald Trump? No. I mean, but all of a sudden, we've been getting ripped off for years by everyone. Who made this trade deal with Canada? Oh, that's right, it was me.
Over the past
Doesn't make
60
any sense.
years, let me say that again. Over the past 60 years, we have had the world's best economy. How, and that, by the way, is with recessions in there, we still have the world's best economy by far.
Yeah, because typically
How-
if we have a recession, it's
It doesn't.
the whole world.
The whole world
is,
shakes.
Yeah,
See, this is what I can't stand about the people who say America first. It's been America first since World War II.
right.
Where the fuck, again, these are the people that fell asleep in history class, that don't have any understanding of anything beyond, if I can't shoot it, I better be able to run it over. That's true. You can laugh all you want, but when we look at, and by the way, you
I've
can,
never heard anybody
I just have, it's true
If I
though.
can't shoot it, I better be able to run it over and pound it in the ass.
I mean, this is true. We're
If
talking.
I can't kill it or
And
eat it, I better be able to pound
If
it.
you think I'm making that up, just Google the education or scholastic.
I can't
in
pound my guts
1
in
through
the ass.
50, and I'm talking about these bottom 11 states who mysteriously are in the South. By the way,
Republican governed?
those are the same 11 states that also rely the most on federally funded programs.
Republican governed?
Yeah,
Red? Red?
yeah. You don't have to be a Democrat to know that. You have to be educated.
Right.
You have to stay awake in history class. Yeah, you do. And this is the reason why what we're dealing with now. So when we say these things, you can't say America first when it's been America first since we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. At that point, the world went, okay, you got more of those? Shit! And this is the trade we made. We agreed to be the world's policeman. We formed NATO, which, by the way, has kept the peace among the superpowers for 80 fucking years. This idiot wants to get us out of it. We're the thing holding it together. Okay? We traded the police part of this so that we could consume and buy from everywhere in the world. Okay? If you want to blame somebody, by the way, the owners of all those companies that are in, Cambodia and places that you never heard of, they're all Americans. They're the owners of those companies. So if you want to blame somebody, look at the guy you put in charge, because that's the crowd he runs in. That's the crowd he runs in. So
DID.
when you say America first, it's been America first. You're talking about you. Well, why don't you start with an education? Because the funny thing about education is once you got one, everything else becomes possible. But if you don't have one,
Well, then you're just getting the wool pulled over your ass.
then you're easy to manipulate. Because you're believing a guy, and I've said this before, it's this simple. Before he took a shit in his first diaper, he had $400 million in an account with his name on it. How many of you can say that voted for him? I'm going to go with 1%.
The top. 100%.
Yeah. There are two people. His base is two people: the rich and the stupid. If you want to find out, check your bank account. It's that simple. It's that simple, America.
So you're saying if you voted for him, check your bank account.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in it, you're stupid.
You're the other side of the And I'll bet I'd be right 100% of the time on that. You're either rich or you're stupid.
And even if you're rich, you're an idiot. Because
You're doing it for a tax.
Because, I mean, how rich do you need to fucking be?
How many yachts? I don't know
So
how many yachts?
you're so rich that you need this guy to drive our country in the fucking ground, and eventually you might not be rich.
How about
Well,
this?
probably not.
You're so rich, your great-grandchildren, who you'll never meet, won't have to work.
But you're voting for
But
him
you're voting for him
because
anyway.
he saves you
Yeah.
taxes. Democrats aren't fucking taxing
here's
the
the
rich
thing.
either.
If you really earned that money, you don't need Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The only way you're voting for this guy is if, well, he's a criminal too, so they're not going to go after him. They're like, okay, well, you didn't work for the president. He was doing it too. Just saying. If you think there's no truth to that, trust me, I can prove that too. Okay, so he's obviously, Donald is notorious. You'd call it that Donald. That Donald is a donkey, and that dickhead is a donkey. No, it's that dickhead.
That Donald
Yeah,
is a,
it's funny how the
dickhead is a Donald.
Yeah, the dickhead that is Donald is a donkey.
Dude, I was reading something the other day about how they're selling dinners at Mar-a-Lago. So you can pay like millions of bucks to come eat with him.
Why?
Because you're basically paying for him to do shit for you.
How
So
would you pay
so rich
$1 million
people,
to go eat with this idiot.
yeah. Well, but I'm saying
Not you, Tom.
only no, I'm saying only rich people could do it, and the only reason they would do it is for favor.
Of course it is.
Oh yeah, remember I bought that $5 million dinner at your golf course.
Yeah.
Can you take care of that thing for me?
Yeah. That thing, you just push that into
I just don't understand why everyone's okay with, people, oh, Kamala Harris, what evil. Hillary Clinton, evil. You can't trust her. And Donald Trump is just
the 34-time convicted felon who raped a 13-year-old girl. He did, by the way.
It's embarrassing that you can
He's okay.
look at this guy who is basically in broad daylight acting like a crook.
Yep. He said I'd be a dictator on day one.
Yeah, no. Oh, he didn't mean that.
You guys took that for
He didn't
only
mean
one
that.
day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way he was going to stop the war on day one, and I mean,
How's that working out?
lower grocery prices on day one.
Not only has he failed to stop any of the existing wars, there's a new one between India and Pakistan.
Right. All he does is
None of this would have happened on my watch.
All he does
India
is
and
create
Pakistan
chaos.
happened on your watch.
All he does is create chaos.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be law and order. Bullshit. All you do is create chaos.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he created this award. He did.
That dumb fuck
That
is a
dickhead
donkey.
is a donkey. Donald Trump is. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're going to nominate other people, but he's got to win it because every day he's.
I mean, that dickhead is a dumb fuck. That
donkey. It's better.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, there's the guy we all love to hate.
God.
He's playing well though.
Sure.
He's actually got a chip on his
He's a
shoulder.
good basketball
Mr.
player.
Tatum. That's what a chip on your shoulder looks like, by the way.
Yeah, he didn't get any playing time in the Olympics.
Yeah. He came back better. You had a better regular season, but where are you now?
Maybe he's hurt, dude.
Didn't look hurt on that drive down lane when he slammed it down with said wrist.
That's true.
Because if your hurt wrist is hurting, the last thing you do is dunk a ball with that hand. If it's that serious. So clearly it's not that serious. So I don't know. But anyway, that's that nomination. Donald, of course. Then there's
What's the other one?
Well, there's three now. You got Donkey up there, fucking Devers. Devers and Donkey with his crybaby shit.
This Devers is a donkey.
This Devers is a donkey. He is. And then you got Joe Mazzulla, who fouled
Mitchell Robinson.
See, the thing about Joe is there's more than one thing. It's like,
there's a few of them.
There's a few of them. Trying 100 threes in 2 games. You're shooting 25%. Any other team, they would have got blown out both games. You lost by 1 and by 3. And you did that. That's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. And rather than stand there or call a fucking timeout, be a coach. The next guy who takes a 3 is going to, next time he touches the floor will be next preseason. Like, when do you become a coach? Because at some point, a coach has to have that conversation when his team can't get out of its own way. That's your fucking job as a coach. It's not just about analytics. It's not just about it's about game coaching. When you see a team going a certain way for the second time in a row, I might add, it shouldn't, because the first game you should have done that too. You didn't do it then either.
45 misses, Jesus.
I mean, 45 misses from the three, and you let that continue to go on when you had a 20-point lead. You don't know anything. You don't know anything. Like, we didn't get the lead doing this, but let's keep doing it anyway. What the fuck are you? What?
And then,
then
after you watch it in game one,
you let it happen again.
You watch it in game two. I mean, it was literally the same fucking thing. Game one, I think it was 75-55. Game two was 73-53.
The narrative should have been after game one and game two was, wow, they didn't take a three after the second. They didn't take another three. They were 20. They never took another three-pointer. That should have been the narrative. They never took another three-pointer.
Yeah.
And maybe the Knicks made a run, but they still win by 6 or 7 because they just kept going to the fucking basket. Or they blow them up because they wear them out and they get them all in the foul.
The third quarter, 19 of 20 shots should have been twos.
Yep. What game you guys won against Orlando in Orlando, you were like, and again, you didn't shoot a lot of threes, but you were 31 of 33 from the foul line. And you won by double digits.
Damn.
You weren't shooting threes. The evidence is this high. Same as the bullshit, Missoula.
Empirical.
And when you get swept, I'm going to laugh you out of town.
So the DID on Missoula is just for the threes?
It's not just that. It's the fucking not calling the timeout at the end. It's the fouling of fucking Mitchell Robinson.
Putting them in the bonus.
It's multiple shit here. These games are as much on Missoula as they are on the players. Because he is not coaching. He is sitting there and waiting to see what happens. And then he's doing something about it. And most of the time, that's wrong. Okay? So this guy is totally getting out-coached in this series. That you want to know what's not gotten talked about? The coaching mismatch that this is.
Well, Perkins...
This is a fucking mismatch.
Big Perk's been talking about it.
It's a mismatch. It's disgusting. And the thing is, what holy nugget has Tibbs pulled out of his ass? He just hasn't fucked it up.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten in the way of it. He saw where the wave was going. He knew he didn't have a surfboard. He didn't try to, he just let it go.
Yeah.
He duck dived. He went under and let it go over.
Well, it was funny. It was funny because they were giving Tibbs credit because, and I think it was actually Brunson that did it. Rick. So they start fouling Mitch. I think it was the fourth quarter.
It's late.
Like early in the fourth quarter.
Well, they fouled him early. Yeah.
They fouled him on purpose.
Yeah.
Like Horford did it, and then somebody else did it, and OG gets up and goes to the table, and Rick Brunson pulls him back, and they let him foul him one more time, so that now the Knicks are in the bonus. Then they send. So Tibbs is getting credit for that, but I think it was actually Brunson who saw it and said, "Hang on a second,"
and realized this idiot is
because
going to
I think they fouled him 3 times in a row. I think
it was they grabbed him earlier in the quarter, and they got him again. So they fouled him. Of the 5, it was 3 were him.
No, but it was back-to-back fouls.
It was back-to-back there. Yeah, they left him in for the second one.
Right, they left him in for that second
one. And the Celtics obliged.
Right, and then as soon as he did it, then they put OG in because then the next foul they're shooting.
Yeah.
So, well, that's what that was.
That was Rick Brunson going, this dickhead is a donkey. Wait, coach, wait. He's going to do it again. He's an idiot.
Hold it.
Hold it. Wait. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing, I don't know if
in fact, Brunson should have walked over and just handed him the fucking trophy at that point. Go, you just won this. Congratulations.
And then
fucking idiot.
I can't remember if it was Wendy or somebody else was saying, because somebody asked Missoula, why not the timeout or whatever. I don't know. Wendy said he had one answer off camera, but on camera he said, well, out of the last timeout, Tatum got the dunk where he just knifed right through him.
For the first time in an hour and a half, he put his head down and went to the basket.
Right, but then
I think all of you, I'm better than you.
Wendy or somebody else was saying on that play, the defense was up. So the guy guarding him, I can't remember who it was at half court, and Mitchell Robinson was at the 3-point line. This time, when, after Brunson hits the free throw, the defense dropped back, and it was Mitchell and OG, and they were both at the top of the three. So
Yeah.
so Tatum couldn't just run straight through
No, but
them.
what he should have done.
Well, they said once he saw that, timeout.
Yeah,
there was
timeout.
10 seconds
Yeah,
left still.
timeout.
Because it was like, okay, we're not going to get the same
Timeout.
look. Boom.
Just timeout.
Yeah.
In fact, and I drew this play up on the hood of his car today.
Yeah.
And they've never run this play. Okay. My father used to run it for me. Okay. So the Celtics used to run it in the Bird era. And they ran it with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, by the way. It's a diagonal screen. It's a big little screen. You create the two mismatches, but the big man, whoever is coming to the block.
So where is... So when you say diagonal, like explain to me where each person is.
Jason Tatum is on the left wing.
With
You
the
can
ball-
run this
with
either
the
way.
ball?
He's off the ball. The point guard's bringing it up, or anybody else is bringing it. Derek
Okay.
White's bringing it up, say for example.
True Holiday.
So Holiday's down on the opposite block of where Tatum is, because Holiday's going to be the one that sets the screen, is going to create the switch.
Okay.
So it's a diagonal screen away from the ball up. So what it is it's an up screen, a back screen, if you will. So Tatum would be on the left wing. He'd wait for the screen. He'd step this way to set the guy up and run off and either get the pass on the cut for a dunk, or the guy recovers and he runs right to the block and he waits. He just waits.
He gets the ball in the post.
Gets the ball right there. No dribble, turnaround off the glass, ball game 1-1. There's nothing. All the Knicks could do would have been to foul him. And if they double team, Jrue Holiday is somewhere wide open on the other side of the basket. Because what they used to do is, every time the Celtics in the 80s needed a basket, they called this play. And it was for one of three people.
So then the help comes from the weak side, and then
Yep,
boom.
either kick out wide open for a wide open shot or a layup, because usually we'd cut back door and get the back door layup is what you would do. But not these idiots. No, they'll have the guy stand on the fucking 3-point line opposite, because instead of the layup, they'll take the three when they don't need the three. That's how dumb this. The Celtics will even fuck this up, because they're so. I mean, but that's the play you would run. And you need to get Tatum taking a 5-footer on a guy he's bigger than, without being able to. You don't have to dribble. See, you catch it and you go before the double team can even get there. Which is what Bird was famous for. He would catch it 1 foot fake. He would actually foot fake into the oncoming defender and fade the other way. So by the time they got there, it looks like a double team, but he set that move up. He doesn't even dribble. He catches it, he ball fakes, one dribble to the middle, foot fake, and that was the Bird fadeaway that Jordan copied. That's Bird's signature post move, the fadeaway. Larry Bird invented the fadeaway jump shot, basically. Okay? So that's the play. And Tatum shouldn't fade away. He's 6'10", turn around,
Go
and
straight
off
up.
the glass, like Tim Duncan or Kevin McHale. And the game is over. In worst case scenario, they have to foul you. So, but you don't see that shit. You see what you saw last night. So that is on Joe Mazzulla. That's why he has got the nomination for that dickhead is a donkey. Yes, he has stiff competition because the guy in the White House is a master at this. And then Rafael Devers, who didn't really come out of nowhere because he bitched about third base. He's been bitching ever since they signed Bregman. So
his feelings are still hurt.
his tampon is still stuck there. Can't get it out. I mean, so I just
You
don't.
sure his sack isn't caught in a zipper?
That would imply he has one. And if you're making $389 million and you're complaining about first base, yeah, you don't have one. That's the only conclusion I can come up with is you don't understand or appreciate anything. You're an entitled asshole. You're part of what's wrong with this current country. You're a big part of it. And you're an athlete, which is worse. So that means you get to influence other people to be, hey, he's right, I should get mine. Oh boy. Well, what could go wrong? Oh, that's right, we have a felon in the White House. Anyway, who do you want to give it to? That's a tough. Think about this. All three are deserving.
Well, if Trump's ever on the list, he's always the biggest dickhead.
Oh yeah, because he affects everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a child running the country.
Yeah.
70-something-year-old child.
78-year-old child. Who, if you don't say nice things about him,
Right. He has the emotional intelligence of a child. At least that's how he portrays himself.
I'm starting to wonder if his IQ is actually as high as 73. I'm starting to wonder if it's lower than that.
We didn't talk about tariffing the movies. I didn't understand what he was talking
this might be
about.
what puts him over the top. What is it?
Yeah, well, let me see what he said.
Because I heard something about this, but I didn't hear the story. I was like, what? No.
Yeah, let me see. He said something.
You know why I didn't hear it? Because I turned it off. Shut up. That's a joke. No, it's not. It's Donald. It's Donald.
I found a video on it. So a reporter says,
The movies the movie-making capabilities from the
Oh
United
God, I hate when
States.
there's a helicopter in the background.
Well, he's got to make it look like he's important. that's my ride.
Okay,
Gonna
so
go
Trump-
sell that whole thing in
Trump,
Libya.
on his decision to put 100% tariffs on all movies
Not made.
produced outside the U.S.
And I said,
The movie tariffs.
yeah, the movie tariffs, what they've done is other nations have been stealing the movies, the movie-making capabilities from the United States. And I said to a couple of people, what do you think? I've done some very strong research over the last week, and we're making very few movies now. Hollywood is being destroyed. Now, you have an incompetent, grossly incompetent governor that allowed that to happen, so I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry. And I'm saying, if
How do
they're
you
not
steal a
willing to
movie
give us
industry?
Nations have stolen our movie
How do
industry?
you steal a movie?
have a tariff on movies that come in. And not only that, governments are actually giving big money. I mean, they're supporting them financially. So that's sort of a threat to our country in a sense. And
What?
it's a very popular thing. I can tell you, movie makers love it.
Imagine if Joe Biden was talking
Wait,
about tariffing foreign
stop
movies.
for
When
1
he's not
second.
complaining, he's trying to sell you stuff. Have you noticed that? Who does that? You're running for president and you're hawking merchandise. Gold sneakers, $100,000 watch. Supposed to be Swiss watch, he says. The best watch. Why are you selling the watch? What are you doing? My favorite is the Trump Bible. True story. True story. It's embossed with his name right on it. Donald Trump edition, right next to Matthew and Luke.
And Don.
And I'll give you one guess where those Bibles are made. He's Mr. Tough Guy on China, except when it comes to making a few bucks. You cannot make this stuff up. If some of this stuff happened on Saturday Night Live, you'd be like,
It's just too easy.
It's too easy.
I mean,
It's too easy, and yet some of you idiots will die on that hill. You'll never turn off Fox News because you don't want to hear the truth. You want to hear what you want to hear. Okay? If it's not sports, it's Fox News in your house.
well, the thing is,
Guaranteed.
if he turns on Fox News, they'll turn on Fox News. Because he's already, Fox News actually had some polls
Oh, yeah.
talking about his rating level on tariffs going
God
down.
forbid they try to tell the truth.
And they said, yeah, well, we think you should file your pollster.
Fire your polls.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All I did was research.
Right.
That's all he did, America. So, yeah. Donald, I think you won it on that one. So let me get this straight, just to recap. This is too good to be true. I heard this, and it's not the gummy, and it's not Yoda. Because honestly, that's the only way I would have thought I would have ever imagined hearing what I just heard.
What, the movie tariff?
They've stolen the movie. One, there's a buffet. Let me dig through the soup here. First, there's they're stealing. They've destroyed Hollywood. Okay, destroyed Hollywood. All right, they've stolen the movie industry.
Well, it's not all their fault. California has a terrible
The
governor.
governor of California just turned a
Let it
blind eye to
happen.
this.
Let it happen.
Because we were all talking about it in the last election. Do you hear what's happening in Hollywood right now? They're losing everything. I don't remember this being on the ballot. Do you remember? I don't remember. Shit, the movie's going right down the toilet. We got to do something. I don't remember this even being a topic ever.
When's the last time you saw an American-made film?
Yesterday.
Exactly. Pretty much every film.
I mean, how do you steal an industry? Like, and when it, by the way, it's not physical. Hollywood has gone anywhere. Okay, it's not going to because it's the capital of the fucking movie world.
Do you want to hear more about it?
It's like Athens.
Do you want
Hollywood's never going anywhere. What? No, I don't know if I can stomach anymore. This crap.
So this is when they were announcing some kind of partnership with the NFL, and this dumbass starts answering questions. Roger Goodell's standing there through all. Roger Goodell was standing there while he was talking about Alcatraz.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be caught dead on stage with this motherfucker.
Oh my God.
yeah, please.
Can you explain a little bit about how you would implement tariffs on the film industry, kind of how that would work?
Well, that's a different story, but our
No shit, Donald.
film industry has been decimated by
Filament?
other countries.
Did you just say
taking them out.
filament?
On the film industry, kind of how that would work?
Well, that's a different story, but our film industry has been decimated
Film industry.
by other countries taking them out, and also by incompetence, like in Los Angeles. The
film
government's
industry.
grossly incompetent.
That's what it is, Tom. The
and he's
film
just
industry.
allowed
Film
to-
industry.
Because the film industry's doing just fine.
decimated by other countries taking him out, and also by incompetence, like in Los Angeles, the governor is a grossly incompetent man. He's just allowed it to be taken away from, Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't do very much of that business. They have the nice sign and everything's good,
That was
but
a
they don't do
choice
very
in terms of
much.
outsourcing things.
A lot of it's
They
been
made that
taken to
choice.
other
They didn't-
countries.
It wasn't
and
taken
a
from
big
them.
proportion.
They did to make more
And
money.
I'm actually going to meet with some because
Like every other
there's
big
some
corporation.
advantages, I guess, and I'm not looking to hurt the industry. I want to help the industry.
Industry. Not
But
industry,
they're
industry.
given
film
financing by
industry.
other countries. They've given a lot of things.
That's what it is. He's talking about the film
And,
industry. That's a whole different
was
subject.
decimated.
He did
You
run
look
on
at
that, I believe.
How little is done in this country now. You think we were the ones. We used to do
Roger Goodell's
100 not
shaking his
long
head,
ago.
yes.
100%. Now we do almost like very little. It's
Almost
shocking
like very little.
to
What the
tell
fuck
you
does
what
that even
business
mean? We know
do,
that means
because
nothing.
he's in
Almost
so
like
many
very little.
businesses.
Like we have a deal on the
explain
table
it,
that'll be
but it's not
finalized
a
in the
good
coming weeks.
situation. So we're going to meet with the
a done
industry. I
deal.
want to make sure they're happy with it.
This deal is done.
Because we're all about jobs. That's all what it's very important. It's a big industry, but it's an industry now that's
Industry.
it's
Not
really
industry,
left.
industry.
It's
He's talking about a
abandoned
different thing here.
the USA
He
where it
was
started.
He was mis.
And we'll get it back. Yeah.
Hi, Sam. Yeah, the deadline is here. You must have your real ID.
When did anyone sitting around a coffee table, a dinner table, at a bar ever have this conversation? You know the fucking movie industry's going right down the tubes. Have you seen what's happening in Hollywood?
I mean,
Me neither.
dude, it's been decimated by foreign
Decimated
countries.
by- These fucking foreigners have stolen our movies now. God damn it! Well, like they were held at gunpoint, man. Anything that went abroad was outsourced by the company, the owner of the company, or owners of the company to maximize profits. America. It's just that simple. They would rather they will do that and screw you over than pay you a living wage. It's that simple. We have to pay these guys $25 an hour. We can fucking go over to China and pay them 5 cents an hour. That's a no-brainer.
So it would apply.
But
so
that's
This is saying it would apply to U.S. productions made outside of the country.
Oh, wow.
So, like, if they had to film in other countries, like, the tariff would apply to them.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So fucking stupid.
So you're gonna tax them for something they have to get this shot in Africa? Oh no! Ah!
Yeah, no,
Ah!
nope.
We got a desert here. We don't need the desert. We need a tropical rainforest. Ah! Ah! We got rain. We had tropical rainforest. Ah! That's what we have. Hollywood Boulevard. The set. You can
I
build
can't
that.
remember.
You can build that set.
I can't remember who it was, but, like, somebody was saying that Trump was just, like, making decisions based on what he was seeing on TV. And they were like somebody was like,
When was that?
Escape from Alcatraz was on PBS in Florida last weekend. Like, and then that Monday is when he was talking about buying Alcatraz. This motherfucker is so stupid.
He must think people are really stupid. The whole country's as dumb as his minions. No, they're intelligent. Wait a minute, that was on TV over the weekend. Now he's talking about it? Would you put it past him, America?
dude
No,
has
the whole
lost
Hollywood industry's in trouble.
Absolutely lost it. Never had it. I don't know.
Joe Biden never uttered such idiocy. As a drooling vegetable, he didn't utter this kind of idiocy.
That's why I told Joel I'd rather have the corpse of Joe Biden. It wasn't about Joe Biden. He didn't have an administration full of nitwits.
Who he picked.
I mean,
No, Joe Biden had competent people around
exactly.
him.
It wasn't. It's never really about the president. It's about their administration,
Joe Biden-
except with Donald Trump, because his administration is all a bunch of ball washers that must do exactly what he says.
These cabinet meetings are. You want to throw up? You want to throw up? Turn on one of those. Like CNN's like holding their nose.
God.
I can't believe I have to record this.
Mr. President, this has been the best 100 Days of a Presidency.
Actually, the one you gave the other night
in the
was
history of
Mr. President. Every time I fucking to my nips get out. You did that.
I get moist down low.
It was that Bondi, that stupid bitch.
Oh my god. She is an absolute
I mean,
moron.
you want to know why these two blondes? The reason why they say there's dumb blondes, and I know most dumb blondes aren't dumb, but then you see these two idiots, her and Levitt there, the fucking the press corps bitch. Oh my god! I wonder why the blondes get blasted so much. Oh my god!
No, I wouldn't.
And you're not all stupid. I've met quite a few.
Those two are not. The term "dumb blonde" is it's cute. It's kind of cute.
This ain't cute.
These two are not
This is
that.
not cute.
They're like just evil ball washing. Ugh.
Satan's mistresses.
They really, yeah.
They're Satan's mistresses.
I mean, my
That's who they
God.
are. That's a great.
Yeah, it's
call.
like
they're Satan's
it's
mistresses.
like Devil's Advocate. Remember when he's got the two?
That's who they are.
That's
like
who
Donald
they are.
Trump is the devil, and these are the mistresses. Yeah.
I mean, Levitt just gets out there with the smuggest look on her face. The president has made his decision on this, and I'm a dumbass. I'm a fucking cold, heartless biznatch.
Of course, I'm married for money. That's why my husband is 33 years older than I am.
And then Pam Bondi looks like the Crypt Keeper. Just a skeleton with beady eyes. It's just like, Donald Trump is my God. I shall do anything to feel him in me.
Inside of me.
God.
There's something I can't unsee now.
And then Ludwig, whatever the fuck his name is, the economy secretary, that guy is an absolute tool bag loser.
We should do a cabinet bracket to see who's the biggest idiot or who we think is in the whole cabinet. That's a good bracket.
That's a great
bracket. We have to do this. That's a hell of a. We have to get all these categories. We got to line them up. We got to figure out how many there are.
Yep,
we line them up.
We're just like who's
the dumbest
any
one
Trump appointee could be involved.
But that cabinet, Hall of Fame idiots.
Dude, if you in the history of junk drawer / cabinets, I mean, this is an absolute junk drawer.
If you took Lloyd Christmas, from Dumb and Dumber, and what was Jeff Daniels' name? His character.
Harry.
I
don't know his last name.
You take those two and you throw them into this cabinet, it actually gets smarter.
Oh, and
think about what
dude, and those two guys were pure at heart. Dumb as fucking rocks, but pure as heart.
Dumb as the day is long.
These people are dumb and evil.
I'm saying the intelligence level goes up if you throw those two in the cabinet. No doubt. That's how bad. And,
no doubt.
And they're not evil. That's the thing. They're not evil. That's why we wouldn't do it to them.
Right, exactly.
They're like a Forrest Gump. It's an innocence. Right. You're not going to hold it against him. He can't help himself.
Right.
Like, he's fucking... Strangely, they all come from the same place, though, don't they? So anyway.
Yeah, this is the Rockies.
This is the Rockies. Oh my God. I don't know why the French are assholes. When he said that about Aspen, the place where the wine flows like Capistrano.
Like the salmon
of Capistrano. And he goes, I don't know why the French are
where
assholes.
the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano. So what if I want to go somewhere where we actually know someone that can plug us into the social pipeline? Sparks
they
flew.
would fit in perfectly with this cabinet.
Sparks flew, emotions ran high. She actually talked to me, man. No. Oh, yeah. Tractor beam. Lured me right in.
I mean, they'd fit in.
Okay, Lloyd.
Right in.
Aspen it is. No. No, don't you tease me.
All right, go on, have a good cry. That's all right.
Remember when they both get out of the car and they're like, man, can't find a job anywhere. And he's like, yeah, not unless you want to work 40 hours a week.
That movie. Oh, man.
We got no food.
It's top 5 funniest movies.
We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
You sold our dead parent to a blind kid.
Harry.
How'd you do his head off?
I took care of it.
My son wouldn't do something like that. He's 10.
That was kind of evil. But it was like he was so dumb he didn't realize it was evil.
See, that was evil.
Yeah, that was kind of evil.
They would fit in.
Maybe. But
And what they said about old people? Old people, though, slow.
and dangerous behind the wheel can still serve a purpose.
And then
she robs him. I got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart and didn't even see it coming. Remember when he's like, when he pulls up to the dog show with all the dogs, and she's like, "You're an hour late," and he's like,
Oh, God.
"I stand by my service." He's like, then he opens the door, they're covered in puke, and he's like,
Puke, mustard, relish,
he's like,
ketchup.
second thought, I just want to run a comb through him. Second thought.
There's a dog that is painted ketchup. He's painted ketchup.
Where's Cool-It?
I don't think it's being fixed.
Oh.
Tomorrow I'm getting an inspection sticker and oil change.
Nice.
Dropped them off over at Frederick's. Frederick's is a great joint, by the way. Get over there, shameless plug. Frederick's Auto over here on Hall Street.
Is that the one near the other entrance?
To Mike Nogan. Yeah, they do good work. Yeah, they do good work. They're a stand-up crew. I like them. I always have a problem. I go there. They've always been fair.
What's the bias with people that are sitting down in our society?
I don't know.
You know, because it's like they're a stand-up crew. What about if they were sitting, would they not be?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong
Bad
guy.
joke. Bad dad joke.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Can't be using
Who's
dad
on the
jokes.
wrong stuff to ask this kind of.
Dad jokes don't work on the high.
No.
They work on the children.
Yes, they do. Speaking of children, my God.
What?
My kids. They just.
Yes.
I can't.
What? What? Say it.
They just say things that,
What'd they say?
like the other day, my daughter said douchebag on the air, just like not nonchalant. Like, this is being recorded, right?
Oh man.
Right in the air. No, of course I'm stoned, so I can't defend it, or I can't oppose it. I'm like, well, I say shit, not in front of their mother. But of course, when that comes up, I'm going to get blamed for it. So, pretty sure it wasn't the first time she used the word. And this is my son, who it's never ever his fault. Like, well, you should have woke me up sooner. I'm like, you mean I went up there 4 times and that was not enough? I made your breakfast. When I wasn't up there, I was making your breakfast, packing your lunch, pulling out your shoes, filling up your water bottle. Basically, you just come like he's fucking Leo in goddamn fucking The Wolf of Wall Street. He just walks down with a fucking bottle of his fattiest shit, throws it in the lawn, throws it in the trash, throws it at me, fucking whatever. Walks out like he's fucking Richie Rich. That's how my son acts. He takes nothing. He doesn't appreciate anything. Fucking anything. It's the two of them. I don't know what. It's just like, and I swear they work. It's like a tag team. So I don't know. I don't know. But they have an excuse. They're children. Then I turn on CNN and I see this kind of shit in the fucking White House.
Well, there's a bunch of children in the White
A bunch
House.
of children in the White House going, hey, Donald, it's a pleasure to be back here in the cabinet briefing. I'm first to suck your dick today. By the way, that new stuff, great on the balls. Tastes great on the balls.
Oh,
I mean,
this first 100
suck-
days has me salivating to just toss that salad. I mean, when you posted that picture of you as Darth Vader,
You.
Oh,
as a
dear
Sith
God.
Lord. As a Sith Lord.
I was hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And then when I saw you in the Pope gear, I thought, what a role play. I'd love to go to confession with Pope Trump. Pam Bondi, get a life.
I mean, it's all of them. It's almost like they have a meeting before him. All right, mine's going to be on the air today because my kiss ass speech is
Right.
better than yours.
Okay,
It's
who's
more-
got a real good blowy?
Yeah, who's got a blowy?
Who's got the best
ready?
blowy of
Who's
the day?
ready to gargle his jizz? It's just like, it's unbelievable. It's unfucking.
And then fucking douche,
These are adults.
what's his face?
It's a bad movie.
Elon's over there like, so there was essentially millions of dollars going to dead people. I mean, it's just,
56 years old.
yeah.
Believe me.
God.
The one good thing that's come out of this Because he's been taking up the tailpipe of his businesses. He's been getting bent over. He has destroyed Tesla. He's had to dig into all his other businesses to save that one. They're all starting to feel it now too. Elon Musk can't leave fast enough.
Is that karma I hear? I believe that's karma.
So, I mean, that's the only... If there is a silver lining...
So, yes, I will go ahead and make this call.
Yeah.
Whenever we nominate multiple DIDs and Trump is in there, he's got to win.
It's got to be him.
He's got to win.
It's got to be him. Although I got to tell you,
the fucking
Missoula
president.
and Denver gave him a run for his money.
Maybe. The problem is they're not president.
No.
And, you know, their stupidity is not impacting the world.
No, just me.
Right. It's
And other Celtic fans.
right.
The Celtic Nation is feeling it.
It's hurting a fan base. It's hurting a team. It's not hurting the world.
The Boston Celtics have the stigma of being a stupid basketball team. For the first time in my life, people are saying that openly about the Boston Celtics. And they're not wrong. That's what you've done, Missoula. That's what you've done. You have a banner hanging up there, and all people are talking about is not that you're the defending champs. They're saying, what a stupid fucking basketball
Do
team.
you realize
How
what
fucking
you've
dumb.
done?
How fucking dumb are these guys? That's what people think about now when they think about a Boston Celtics team that put a banner up 12 months ago and won 61 games. You have to be a special kind of stupid to flip that script. Think about it.
Where's the shaggin' wagon?
Missoula's driveway?
Got this hog. Got this hog straight up. Gets 60 miles to the gallon.
On this hog.
Just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
That would be game 1 to game 2. We'll see you guys Saturday night. We're down a little questionable.
Game 2. No, that'll be game 3.
Game 3. They'll be down
If
3.
if he does it in 3, that's where it happens.
Another history made.
I
See you Saturday.
can't